Hey everyone, welcome back to the Unspoken podcast, the podcast that aims to discuss everything not discussed surrounding transplant and donation. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed and tuned in already. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so or follow depending on where you like to listen. It helps us just bring in more incredible guests and talk about important topics surrounding transplant and donation. In case you don't know, my name is Anna, and I am the host of this podcast from the Chris Klug Foundation. I'm the Program and Communications Director, and I'm super excited to again have a wonderful guest on in Michael Wells. Michael is one of the team captains for Team Rocky Mountain in the Transplant Games of America, and we're going to be talking all things Transplant Games and all things Team Rocky Mountain today. It is such a wonderful, incredible event that happens every 2 years in a different city across the country, and this year, in 2026, it's going to be here in Denver. As the host team, Team Rocky Mountain is hoping to have the biggest team ever, and we hope to have the biggest record transplant games there's ever been. So if you haven't already joined your local team for the transplant games in 2026, please do so, because we want to see you down here in Denver. Before we dive into that, let's check out what CKF has coming up over the summer months. First off, it is Wine and Dine season, and we will be hosting our annual Wine and Dine Gala on August 22nd at the Snowmass Club, celebrating the gift of life. We will be joined by our 2025 CKF Award winners to celebrate all of the incredible dedication and commitment that they have to raising awareness and educating others and inspiring those in the community. If you haven't bought tickets, please do so. We would love for you to join us on August 22nd at the Snowmass Club. Before that, our Leadville teams, it is D-Day, or just about D-Day. Our mountain bike team will be heading over to Leadville on August 9th. We have 23 riders, all riding in honor of organ, eye, and tissue donation. Many of them are family members of donors or recipients. Chris himself will be racing his 15th Leadville in honor of his 25th liveversary, which happened just last week on July 28th. John Gibbons, our board member, will be racing his 25th Leadville. We have numerous others who are racing 10 or 5 Leadvilles on Team CKF because they are so passionate about what we do and educating others about the gift of life. Following that up, our runners will be right on their heels the following weekend, taking on 100 miles for organ, eye, and tissue donation. They will run between 20 and 30 hours straight through the night, through the day, through all kinds of weather, just trying to raise awareness and inspire others to register as donors. This year's teams have raised more money than ever before, so really, really excited to cheer them over the line. We have numerous athletes coming back for redemption in the run who have raced with us before and didn't quite make it over the line, so we're really excited to see them achieve their goals. Right after Wine and Dine, our Sydney team is heading down under to take on the Sydney Marathon. This year's team includes our Executive Director, Jesse Rochelle, May Selby, who has run on numerous of our teams before, Stanley Collins, who is running in honor of a good friend of his, who is a heart recipient, Gajal Kumar, who is a trauma doctor, so also super familiar with donation. And then last is Katie Coven, who is a transplant recipient who will be running her first marathon post receiving a tissue transplant. So really excited to see them as well keep running and keep that dream alive. If you haven't already checked out our Scout and Save campaign that is currently running through the summer, we are helping Girl Scouts all across the country achieve their organ, eye, and tissue donation awareness badges with free kits, including the badges, educational materials, and more. That is all I'm going to talk about CKF right now. I mean, there's a million other things going on, from our 5K for Life to our Back to School campaign coming out, Berlin Marathon, New York Marathon, Summit for Life, and all the others. But check those out on our website. And without further ado, I'm super excited to be joined today by Michael Wells from Team Rocky Mountain. Team Rocky Mountain represents Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana at the Transplant Games of America, which are coming up next year in Denver. And CKF is super excited to be a part of both the games and supporting Team Rocky Mountain on their way there. So thanks for joining me today, Michael.
Welcome.
Awesome. So let's dive right into it and let's start with, what are the games? For somebody that's never heard of them, just joined the community, what are the games?
Well, the games are athletic competition and some other items of people who are involved in the transplant community. Basically, you do different athletic competitions, swimming, bowling, track and field, cycling, and then they have Texas Hold'em, cornhole, pickleball is big now, of course.
The singing for life and the ballroom dancing amazes me every single time.
The what?
The singing, the what is it, lyrics for life and the
Oh,
ballroom
Lyrics for
dancing,
Life. We stole that from Lyrics for Life.
they're
They have
they're
that
amazing.
competition, ballroom dancing, if you like dancing. And a lot of the competitions are pretty exciting to watch, because you got everybody at every athletic level. You have people who are just kind of like me, who are just average athletes, up to really Olympic level athletes participating in the games, and there's some very good athletes there. It's the competition in some areas is really tough, like team basketball. The finals for those, that's pretty good competition for
Yeah.
a 3-on-3 basketball. So, and they hand out, there's age groups, various age groups. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but I think they're like 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50,
Yep.
50 to
And then there's the
60,
youth
60 to
youth
70, over
Olympiad.
70. No, it's over 80, 70 to 80, over 80. So, and everybody from any transplant recipient, living donor can compete in the games.
And they'd added, I think, donor families this year as well.
Well, they added donor families for the first time to give them something, give them some competitions to do, to have them feel more part of the game atmosphere and stuff. And there's probably some excellent athletes too.
Yeah, I'm sure. And it's a really cool, I think, is it about 4,000 transplant or athletes?
Usually the competitors are between 2,500 to 3,000 people, and the supporters are about the same, about 2,500 to 3,000 people. So it ends up to be, 5 to 6,000 people coming for these events. The games are a very emotional event, very cathartic for people like donor families themselves, deceased donors. They have an event for them. It's a it's a service for honoring deceased donors, and it's very emotional, but it's also very helpful for the donor families to go
Yeah,
through that process, and helps them process their feelings better, or just help process their feelings. Hopefully it's for the better.
right. And the opening ceremony is really special too. I mean, I got to go to my first one, or my first opening ceremony in Alabama, and it's really something when you
The
get to see all the
opening the
teams.
opening ceremonies is kind of one of my favorite events myself. For me, it's one of the most inspirational parts to watch. 2,500 to 3,000 people do an Olympic style walk-in of the games, the introduction of the teams from Team Alabama all the way down to, I guess, it might be us, Team Rocky Mountain. We'll be the last team in Denver because, we'll be the host team. And after that, they have the donor families, veterans team walk-in, and I think that's it. It's a pretty emotional time. And it's good feeling. For me, it's always positive to see all the people there, cheering all their team on.
Yeah. And there's such a powerful, way to, like we said, to meet the community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good
And get,
start off for the games, a good emotional send off for the games to happen and present themselves.
yeah. And the Philly, is it Team Philly that wear the cheesesteak hats? And then like Maryland has the crabs.
Yeah, we don't have any mountains on our head, but
We need to get some mountains this year.
no, we'll see. We kind
Maybe
of
that'll
are
be my
working on some.
mission.
We are working on some shirts for the team that Andrew thought up, so we might just go with those shirts for the whole walk-in team. It's a competitor shirt and a shirt to walk in the games with. I said we should all get cowboy hats.
I said, if Jessie gets her way, you guys will have tutus. She wears them for every race, everything we
Well,
do.
if Jessie wants to walk in with us with a tutu, she's more than welcome.
I'll let her know. She'll be front and
But I'm
center,
not,
I
well, I don't
promise.
think I would look too good in a tutu. You're seeing the
I
best
don't
part of me
either. She
here.
get every time she makes me wear one, I'm like, I am not built for a tutu.
Me neither, not right now. But I will make that suggestion to people.
Yeah. Just
There
a
are a lot
little,
of people who wear in the opening ceremonies and stuff. There are people who will wear different costumes and stuff. Some will be dressed as a heart, lungs, liver, kidney, any kind of transplant situation. So there are a lot of individual stuff happening. But most teams come dressed in kind of their team shirt, or like the Maryland Crab and the Philadelphia Cheesehead, and Wisconsin. I think they wear a cheesehead too.
yep. Yeah.
But But most teams just walk in with a shirt and a hat. Kind of like that's all we've ever done. We've just had a team logo shirt and a hat walking in, and
It's great.
mostly we've been kind of a small team for most of the games.
And so let's look at that. What are we trying to do with Team Rocky Mountain this year?
Well, we're trying to, right now we have 54 people signed up on our mailing list. Hopefully there are 54 competitors. The registration hasn't opened for the games yet. But until that happens, we don't really know how big our team will be. But we're shooting for since the games are taking place in Denver and we don't have to go anywhere. I have to go a couple of 100 miles. That's it. I'm used to going 1,000 miles to the game site. So, most of the people in our area won't have to make any plans
Yeah.
to get to
Yeah.
the games. And so we're hoping to get a team of over 100 competitors.
That's gonna
While
be
having
awesome.
over 100 supporters too, because basically it's like one competitor. Usually there's one supporter with them, or two or
Hmm.
three.
Yeah, and so Team Rocky Mountain's all the way from Montana down to Colorado. So if anyone is
Yeah.
in that area looking to get involved, had a transplant, is a donor family, living donor, reach out because we'd love to see you on the team and see you come to the games. I can speak from personal experience. Going to the San Diego games was made the games my favorite event that we do as a foundation that we are involved in any way, obviously other than our own Summit for Life, but don't let Chris hear me say that. And it's such a wonderful experience to go, and everybody's so positive and welcoming.
It's fun being around basically 2 to 3,000 people who should be dead, and they're all
Yeah.
just all very happy. They're alive,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So that's kind of the way I look at it. And usually there's always positive energy there. Wherever you go in the games venues, all the venues where they have the track and field, the swimming, ping pong, pickleball, badminton. I believe there's like 20 sports that participate that have competitions.
Yeah. And then there's like activities in like there's the Quarter Century Club does a big dinner one night. I
Yeah,
think
we
this
should
is
get
like
Chris to come on down and join the Quarter Century Club with me this year.
we do. He just hit it last week.
I was just going to say congratulations to Chris, your
Yeah.
founder, who's just hit his 25th liver transplant anniversary,
Yeah.
August 24th.
28th.
June 28th,
Yep.
or July 28th.
July 28th. July
Sorry
28th.
about that.
You're
But
good.
yeah, that's
There's so many
awesome.
dates.
Hey, maybe he should join me at the Quarter Century Club, because it'll be my first time going to the Quarter Century Club, and
Mhm.
I'll be at the games. At those games, I'll be 26 and a half years out.
There you go. Yeah.
So from my liver
That's
transplant.
quite the achievement. I mean, it's pretty incredible when you go to it. And there's some people who've had their transplants for 40 years. I'm part of the
Yeah.
club, and
Well, I
that's,
find that, when I first got my transplant, I didn't really, the information wasn't out there as much as is available today through the internet and all these good streaming services. I mean, that's a positive effect of those streaming services to all the information that's available to anybody who may need a transplant. They can go find out pretty much any information they want. They can talk to anybody who's been through the whole system,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
from start to finish. That's one good thing about the games is that people like doctors, nurses, I recommend they should go to the games and be there to
Yeah.
see what their work does, the end result of their work
Mm-hmm.
promoting the games. I mean, and promoting their work just by people being there and participating, you know,
Yeah.
like me doing a 20K bike race, you know, or being
Yeah.
able to go to all over the country to different places and
Yeah.
play darts.
I mean, it's amazing, and it's all different ages and different walks of life involved, and it's pretty amazing to see.
Yeah, the first games I did was in Pittsburgh, and it was back in 2008, I believe, or
Mm.
2006. But I was on the track and field. I wasn't registered for anything, and there was this young boy there. I believe he was 12 years old on Team Rocky Mountain, and he was having a little problem, and you know, he wanted someone to do the broad jump with. And I'm thinking, man, I can't do that. I just had a hip replacement. So I just said, hey, I'll do it with you, man. We'll get out there. And he went first, man. He did good. He went I went second, and I didn't do so good. But he was happy that someone was there with him.
That's
So
I think that sums up the
those
games.
kind of little things happen to all the time there at the games.
Yeah.
Like you'll be sitting someplace and someone will just come up and talk to you. Next thing you know their father or something. I don't know. There's a
Yeah.
connection to everybody there.
Yeah. Yeah. There really is. And I mean, everybody has, it's probably the only place in the world where a transplant's normal, only event where you go to
And
and
where being drug tested is okay.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, you can,
Everyone's, it hits that time of day and all the
everybody's on
pillboxes get
drugs.
broken out. I
So
love it. And so in the lead up, if somebody's interested now in joining the games, what does Team Rocky Mountain do? The games happen every 2 years.
now we have a team website at teamrockymountain.org
Hmm.
that you can go sign up on a list. And that'll put you on we have 2 team email lists right now. One is just one for team information, Zoom meeting responses so we can get together and talk. The other one is just an email list that we have set up, and we've started a newsletter, and that newsletter goes out to people on that list. So that's one way to connect with us. We also have a Facebook page, which is Rocky Mountain. You'll get to the Facebook page.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Team Rocky Mountain Transplant Games of America. Nice and simple.
Yeah, yeah. We use that. You can connect, put a response on that page and we'll connect with you. Another way is just go straight to the Transplant Games of America website. And I believe that's transplantgamesofamerica.org.
Hmm.
And you can go there and read everything you want to know about the games, And on one section is teams and you just click on that and it'll take you to all the team logos and you'll find ours on there.
Yep. And if you're in a different state, they're
And that
also
team
all
logo,
there.
you click on that and it'll have I believe it has our website. It has an email to myself, Michael Wells, and an email to Andrew, our other co-manager.
Hmm.
So you can connect with us that way too. So teamrockymountain.org website pops right up.
Yeah. And there's no commitment to getting signed up to the newsletter or following on Facebook. You're not signing your life away or anything like that. You're just saying,
Right.
hey, I'm interested.
And we don't send anybody's name out to anybody.
Yeah. And it's a great way to just kind of get the ball rolling and get involved
So
and
as far
learn a
as
little.
people with transplants, the main cut, they have to be transplanted before September 18th of this year. If they're transplanted after September 18th, they won't be able to participate in the games in Denver
But they can still come,
because you
right?
have to be 9 months out from your transplant before you can participate.
But you can
Before
still
you can get,
come and walk
oh, you
around
can
and
still
get
come
involved.
and check it out. Like
Hmm. Yeah.
We had one team member back. She came to the Madison games. Donna, she came to the Madison games because she didn't really know she wanted to have a kidney transplant. She just thought, because she just didn't want to deal with the stuff, that you have to deal with. That she went to that game and it made her decide to become a transplant, get a kidney transplant.
Yeah.
Now she's part of the team, been a part of the team since Grand Rapids.
I think it's a great way to get involved and to see, like you said,
Yeah.
if you're waiting for a transplant, it's a great way to kind of meet people and find, in some ways, a
And you can,
mentor.
you'll probably talk to someone who has exactly what you have
Hmm.
or very close to it.
Yeah.
Like my transplant was caused by hepatitis C. So, there's several people at the games that have had hepatitis C and stuff. So, I just go talk to them if I want to. Other people, like Chris's transplant is,
PSC, which there's a lot of recipients there.
yeah, his liver disease, and a lot of people have had that one. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
the most of the transplants are kidney transplants. They're like 80 to, I think it's 80%, or maybe
Yeah,
that's a little
80%
low.
of the wait list at least is waiting on
Yeah.
a kidney
But
transplant.
most of it, you'll find people with kidney transplanters that have had 3 kidney transplants.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Or double lung
So double lung
recipients.
transplants, you'll find the gamut of the whole thing, tissue
Hmm.
donation,
That's what I was going to say.
cornea for our
Otherwise,
team, not so much. We could use some more cornea people
yes.
and
Yeah.
younger kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So also if you're
So if
listening
you
and
know
you're
of
a
any
tissue
younger kids
recipient,
out there, have them get a hold of us.
right? Yeah, if you're a tissue recipient, cornea recipient, you are also welcome to the games. It is not just organ transplants.
Yeah.
It is all
There's
kinds.
like 2 divisions of athletes. Division one, which is solid organ transplants. So that's kidney, liver, lung, heart. uh,
Pancreas and intestine.
yeah. And then there's division two, which is bone marrow, cornea, tissue, etc. All the tissue stuff. And then they have, for living donors, they have their own group to compete in living donor transplants. And of course, we just talked a little bit earlier about donor families. Now they are allowing them to participate in competitions.
Yeah. This is going to be great to see this year. I mean, I think even more people.
And there's a couple of other new things they're doing. They're doing something called the Colorado Challenge, which I don't know enough about to talk about. I mean, to say exactly what it is, but it's a challenge to the community
I haven't heard
and
about this.
community
I'm excited.
families and stuff
Okay.
to have participation in the games themselves. And it's so much per event they do. And they have 5 to 6 events, and they're limited in scope to participate, limited in participation
Okay.
to right now. I believe it's at 30, I think, but I think that'll probably increase because I think they're going to find they're going to find a good calling for that. And then they're also going to do, for the Denver games, they're going to do the Murph. Have you ever heard of the Murph?
I haven't heard of it.
It's a what's that, weightlifting and all that stuff.
Oh, like CrossFit?
Like CrossFit, yeah, CrossFit
Okay.
Murph, basically, where they do chin-ups, sit-ups, squats, and run a mile. And they're going to try and do that competition,
That'll be fun.
to try and bring more awareness to the games from outside, people outside the transplant communities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and they're trying to get more people involved outside the transplant community because we need that support. We need the transplant support.
Yeah. Get people to register as donors. It's a great way to raise awareness for that side as well. Um, and obviously the 5K too. Everybody is welcome to participate in the 5K.
Yeah, the 5K is open to the public, and I'm not really sure if it'll be connected to the Denver Donor Dash that year or not, because it comes a month before it usually
Month before.
happens.
Yeah.
And the Denver Donor Dash is over 5,000 people.
It's a big one.
It's
It's
awesome. We had
yeah.
fun there.
It's a fun event. That was what, 2 weeks ago? Week ago?
Now we as a team, Team Rocky Mountain, We're going to be in right now. We have we're going to be involved in the Liver Walk in Castle Rock, and we're going to be involved in the Kidney Walk in Colorado Springs and the Kidney Walk in Denver. And
Mm,
those two are in September, and I
yeah.
can't remember when the Liver Walk is. It's in
Liverwalk is
September also.
September 13th, I think, off the top of my head.
So those are things that if you see out
Mm,
there in the general public, people want to get involved in stuff, we'll have a booth at all those three events, so you can come and talk to us there too.
yeah. And that's just trying to get people to sign up. What's the
Just kind of get people involved and see
yeah.
if they want to be involved and sign up. We'll sign up people and put them on our list, and like we'll keep signing up people even after, forever. We always
Yeah.
sign up people.
That's a great way to get involved. And so if somebody's interested in the games, obviously when you're in the transplant world, financial restraints can be a little concerning to people. What are they looking at when it comes to the games, and joining Team Rocky Mountain? Is there a
Well,
charge to
the
join Team Rocky
games,
Mountain?
well, for us, since the games are in Denver, there's probably no airline flights cost unless you're
Hmm.
flying from Grand Junction
Yeah.
or that part of the state or Montana or
Hmm.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
You'll have to consider that. Registration fees for the game, I believe, start at $150. I believe this was the last games in Birmingham. They started at $150 and then they go up to 190, I believe, throughout But so if you know you're going to go, you want to register early. That way you get the events you want to do, because some events will fill up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's $150, and then hotel. That'll probably be people's second major expense. There will be groups of hotels set up for the games people,
Mm,
and we as a team will go get a block of maybe 10 to 15 rooms. And of course, being from Denver, most of our team is from the Denver area, will probably
yeah.
stay at their homes.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll give them the opportunity to host a couple of people from the team.
Yeah. It's a great way.
That's an idea that I
Yeah.
just thought of.
Well, and I like that idea. It's a great one. And
The
then,
other,
the team does a really great job of working to fundraise as well.
yeah, as far as we have a team uniform, couple of jerseys, couple of competition shirts, a shirt you can just wear around. We usually try and give everybody and a supporter a shirt, and we usually try to raise those funds to pay for that.
Hmm.
Now, if we get over 100 people on the competition team, we're probably going to have to ask for a team member donation, a cash donation.
Yeah. But the earlier people sign up and get involved, they
Yeah,
can help with the fundraising and,
yeah.
hopefully bring down
Well,
those costs all around.
now that since we became a nonprofit, we
I was
might
gonna
have
say,
better opportunity to raise more funds.
yeah, that's exciting. Becoming a nonprofit that's achievement. And you guys have a really cool campaign coming out in Athletes for Athletes, which one of your team members, Marilyn, actually came up with. And being a very sports-based foundation over here, I think it's a great campaign to, recruit athletes to help support those athletes going to the games. It'll be great fun. Well, this was awesome. Is there anything I always ask my guests when they're on the show to leave listeners with a piece of advice or information? It could be to, anyone listening. So it could be transplant recipients, donors, donor families, anyone in our network. What piece of advice would you like to leave them with or information?
Well, a piece of advice I should follow is stay active. Be
That's a
active
great
in
one.
everything you do. Be positive. Take the steps to put yourself out in the community. Put yourself out there to fail. Put yourself out there to succeed.
Mm,
Just put yourself out there. Keep
yeah.
on keeping on. One of my old favorite things to say was, "Keep on keeping on." Was one of my things I'd say to myself while waiting for my transplant. Another one was, they have the same: positive thought breeds positive action. Negative thought breeds negative action. Why? Always just said positive thought breeds positive action. And that's what was my mantra. I left out the negative part. So just stay positive in your daily life, get out there and keep on keeping on. basically.
I think putting yourself out there is harder than it looks and very important to keep doing. So
Yeah.
I like that piece of
Well,
advice.
that's why for me managing the
Well,
team,
listen,
like I'm kind of a shy person. Me for managing the team, I've always had to put myself out there too. For the first 2 games I was manager, I was by myself, so I just did everything on my own. So and I'm looking forward to trying to crawl up for Summit for Life.
yes, that's gonna be a fun one. And you guys hopefully will have a good old team hiking up the hill with us this year.
Well, I have 2 gondola riders and 2 hikers right now,
Amazing. We
and
love
me,
that. That's the most important piece.
Ian, to be part of one of our hikers. So,
Yeah,
and anybody else
yeah,
who's a transplant person.
we would love that. We always love having Team Rocky Mountain out there. Well, awesome. Thank you for joining me today, Michael. Thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in. Again, if you are interested in joining Team Rocky Mountain, head to teamrockymountain.org or their Facebook group, which is also Team Rocky Mountain. Reach out to the team. They don't bite, I promise. And we're going to have a great games in 2026. So make sure you get ahead of the game and signed up and join a team early. If, you were inspired by today's conversation, but you're not based in one of those 3 states, there is a team in every single state that you can become a part of as well. So make sure that you head to either Team Rocky Mountain or Transplant Games of America .org and check it out.